Hey, Daniel, Mark Baker here at my virtual lesson studio, which is the Westpac Training Center, a private two-lane bowling center here in Orange, California that I do all my coaching at. So I've got your videos and I got your notes. Congratulations on the knee replacement. Hope you're feeling better. Glad to see your ball speed's back up. I just see this a couple things. I see it in your slide and I see a little bit in your timing. So those are the two main areas we're going to focus on. That being said, Daniel, let's get to the videos. Okay, Daniel, here I have you queued up from the 3/4 inch view. Let's go ahead and play this. The first one's always a little choppy. All right, here we go. So what I'm seeing here is two things: your timing, and more importantly, your pivot step gets a little short, so your slide will go more left than forward. So right here, so your pivot step goes right, and your pivot step barely clears. Now, I know you've had a new knee re-put in there, so I know there's balance is a key issue to this, but this concerns me. See how your pivot step's here and your slide's more like at a 45-degree angle? That's going to cause your hand to turn right there. So you want to turn that hand. There's two places to turn your hand, at the heel or at the end of your toe. So when you get here and you start sliding left, that brings your right shoulder forward, and then your hand turns there. Now I see the back of your glove facing the camera, so you're going to kind of come over it. You can see by your follow through kind of goes over your head. That gives the ball a little too much rotation. It makes it go a little bit too much left to right. And more importantly, it doesn't quite get it going forward on the back of the lane correct. So what are we going to do to correct that? So we're going to look at it from this view real quick. So what I want you to do, you've got to control your downswing. And the only way to stabilize your right shoulder, what I mean by that is this second step has to stay tall. See how you flex it right here? You just had the knee replacement. Let's not have any knee flex at all. Because what happens is when that knee drops and bends, that drops this shoulder down with it. So now you've collapsed that shoulder down. Now the ball doesn't want to swing back freely. You have to pull it up. So when you pull it up, that makes that pivot step kind of go right, and then your slide go left, and that makes you get around it a little bit early. It also has a great effect on your timing. Let's go to the timing shot right here. So a little bit you can see what happens when that second step drops. So your pivot step there is actually pretty good, but still it's not underneath your head. So when I see that, there's your timing spot. Now your foot is flat in front of your head, so your swing's a little bit early. So what happens is if you look at it here, when you right there, where your timing spot is, your foot's not quite in front. If we look at your spine tilt, you will notice that's a really good number, 40 degrees. Beautiful. It's going to change back. You're going to get there and come up out of it. Now let's measure it. So it's just a measurement from your ear through your hip. So what happened? Let's get a better measurement up here. There we go. What do we got? There we go. Not quite. They're a little touchy this morning. Okay. So that's just a line from your ear through your hip. So you've changed it about 18 to 15 degrees. Not wrong, it's just hard to change it that much every time. And what happens is when your shoulders pull back at release, that also causes that thumb to drop in. So we're really talking about getting that hand to rotate in the right place. So again, if we go back to the 3/4 view, this isn't the right one. Here we go. This one. I need you to stay taller in this second step. I need you to stabilize that shoulder. Once your knee flexes and the shoulder drops, it's no longer a swing, you pull it up. If you pull it up, you pull it down. When you pull it down, the right shoulder rotates in. So if we go to a shot, one of these shots I really like, one of the shots you see, yeah, there we go. See this time, let's see what happens. See this one I can't tell, you might be a little taller, but this one, see your shoulder doesn't drop on the downswing. You keep your shoulder up. Pivot step's a little straighter, so now your pivot step's actually inside your head. On the 3/4, I feel like your pivot step is on the outside of your head. So when I can get that pivot step to go a little straighter, there. See, now your slide is almost in line. Let's watch your hand. So now your hand's behind it. I see the back of your glove there. And you turn it more towards the front of your toe. Ball's in front of you better. Gets to the spot down lane. Look at the motion it makes on the back. See, Daniel, that's what we want. We want that forward roll to open up the back ends. Whereas that one shot, you were around it, the ball was a little bit in, and didn't want to read the back end. So a lot of it is that second step allowing you to get by it. That lets your slide be straighter, and then you can turn it in the right place. So there's going up. So there, as you can see, when your foot's flat in front, See, that timing is different than the other timing. That's what we're trying to accomplish on every shot. If your timing's better, so your shoulders don't seem to come back as much. You keep your upper body staying forward. That allows that hand to catch it. See, and then what I notice is this swing gets much closer to your ankle. If we go back here, where you go a little forward, second step drops down, you slide away from it. I see this being quite a ways farther away than the one we just showed. This is this is the one that goes. This is the one that's in. This one doesn't quite read the back as well. Comes in a little bit light. What we got here? I can't really see the ball at the end. I can't tell if it's in or out. There we go. Balance is pretty good. So, your assignment for the next video. Here, let me give you a visual just so you know what I'm talking about. So here, you're a tall guy. Let's go here, here, here. Watch Barnes' second step there. See, his second step is long and tall. That stabilizes this shoulder. That allows the ball to drop, and his shoulder never moves off that line. He gets there, pivot step drops in, so he gets here on his timing spot, and it allowed us to keep that ball next to his ankle, and his upper body stays forward. You've got to be able to stabilize that shoulder to have the ball swing back. The height of your shoulder goes up and down. You pull it up, you pull it down. So I want that stabilized shoulder. The only way to accomplish that is by a very, very straight and tall second step. Another visual would be if you went to O'Neill, you're going to have the same result. Almost the same thing. Completely different styles of bowling. See right there. Now watch Bill. His second step's going to catch the weight of his head. Again, his second step is nice and tall. That stabilizes that shoulder. And as you can see, it never moves off that arrow. That lets it drop out. You can see all their pivot steps drop in. Timing spots are all the same, and they stay forward and catch the ball there, and their hand doesn't rotate early. I just want you to have a visual of that, Daniel. Congratulations on the knee replacement. Tall second step. Keep stabilize that shoulder. Let the ball swing back. I can get that pivot step to be a little straighter, a little more into your head. That'll allow you time to get if you're not so early, your slide foot can go a little straight. Your timing's a little better. I think you can rotate the ball later, and we can see some good results. Daniel, great seeing your videos. I'll talk to you soon.